Gerry Georgatos is a coordinator of the National Suicide Prevention and Trauma Recovery Project and has been working with many of the former inmates like John. Gerry, good morning.
Good morning, Liam.
Paints a bit of a horror picture, doesn't it?
It's harrowing. It is a horror picture. The Productivity Commission's reports every year come back with pretty much the same. Every 10 days, there's an assault in Banksia on average. And on average, every 2 days, there's suicidality or self-harm. And 1 in 4 of detainees throughout the year receive no educational activity. Of what little educational activity there is, which I have to say is low caliber, and even low caliber is too kind.
See, that's very depressing, Gerry, isn't it, to hear that? Because of all the places, of all the prison systems that we have in operation, you would think that this place first and foremost, would have rehabilitation material coming out of its ears. So we got the kids back on the right track.
Well, the missed opportunities, the psychosocial and psychoeducative, the intense psychosocial support just does not happen. The restorative just does not happen. And it's a missed opportunity for a lot of children which, to be honest, have no safety nets on the outside, or have very weak safety nets, or don't have the mentors and supports or the assistances for those who have family to support them through the disadvantage they were born into. But in my experience over many years working with predominantly marginalised and impoverished children and older individuals, but with children we're talking about now, children that go into Banksia Juvenile Detention Facility in general come out worse for it, not better. And we weren't put on this earth to betray our children.
How much do you think this claim could run to, Gerry, against the state government?
Anything between 100 million to 300 million. And I say that, and I'm not the law firm running it. I'm a person who's helped galvanise it and bring it together.
Yeah.
But I expect before the year's end, we will have 1,000 plaintiffs. We've got 300 now. We'll be at 500 within 4 weeks. We'll be going to the Kimberley on the 27th of September, Megan Cracker, myself, and Connie Georgatos, my daughter. And we've got to do the outreach and the in-person, because we're not going to reach the impoverished and those entrenched in the sense of permanency of that poverty that you yourself know all too well. So we've got to do the in-person, not to leave them behind, and bring on many as possible. But if I'd love to see them all score 100,000 each in terms of compensability. In general, at an individuated basis, when they're being individually represented, 20 or 30,000 is what they're scoring. But when so many are actually arguing so much the same, that goes to corroboration, and that goes to heart and soul of evidence. And I'd like to see 100,000 for each one to have a good shot at life. If there's 1,000 plaintiffs, that's 100 million.
Yeah, Gerry, it's hard to argue with you about the figures. Listen, stay in touch with us, won't you? Keep in touch with the program and let us know how you're going with it. It's an important action either way, both for the state and also for those people at the centre of it. Thanks very much for your time this morning.
Thanks, Liam. Much respect, brother. And it's in everybody's best interest that we do the right by our young ones. Thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Gerry Georgatos there from National Suicide Prevention and Trauma Recovery Project. I mean, the thing is, no one wants to be soft on crime. There's no doubt about that. Nobody. Well, I don't know anybody that does. But that sort of is that sort of treatment, the treatment that we're hearing about this morning, is that a deterrent? I mean, you can only think that it would set these kids up for a life of criminal misadventure. It just would harden them, would it not? Coming from those sorts of backgrounds. 133 882. Tell us what you think this morning on the program.